How y'all doing? Once again, spent most of the week with my girlfriend. Made no videos. It is now 8:30, the day before I go to work. And I'm going to attempt to make a video. So right here we have 3 ravages. This of course is the newest... No wait, I lied. This of course is the newest version. This is the one that comes with alternators. Universe Hound. And I haven't transformed this thing in a while. So let's see if I can manage to transform this thing on camera for the first time in... I don't know, how long has it been since Hound came out? Alright, so there we have Itty Bitty Ravage. There we go. Let's get him out of the way. Then, the next newest. This is the Alternator's Jaguar Ravage. However, for the purposes of this review, I'll be saying it, you know, since it is a British car, I'll be saying it as the Brits say it. A Jaguar. So here we have Jaguar Ravage. Or in Japan, he would just be Jaguar. So, let's see how far I remember how to transform this one. I just got this from, can you believe this? It's a Japanese toy of a British car in America that I got from Germany. You figure that out. Okay, I don't know if this is the correct way of doing this, but we're just going to go ahead and start with the doors. I'm just going to get them out of the way, thusly. Then, I don't know. No, that doesn't feel like it wants to go anywhere. Flip the feetses out. There's got to be something wants to turn loose of something. That's a good sign. Stuff is moving. I actually have transformed this before, but it's been probably a month. The missiles are coming out from inside the tires now. And actually, I guess you could have them outside of the car whenever it's in car mode. Let's see if I can just tuck all this back and... Okay. Yeah, so he has a rocket attack mode for the car. Almost be James Bondish, but I think James Bond drives Aston Martins. I'm not sure. Oh, that's another thing. On this one, you know, most alternators, the hood opens, the trunk opens. Well, Corvette, no, the trunk doesn't open. But this has no opening hood. No, well, the trunk feels like it wants to open, but I want to say it doesn't because it hinges. Anyway, let's get back in transforming this guy. Kitty. Meow. Okay. So I'm just getting all this stuff out the way like I was, and probably there's an easier way of doing this. I'm really not sure. This is gonna take and slide out to the sides a little bit, and something's got to move too. Alright, the tires apparently, let's see if I can move this out the way. The tires drop down away from it, and everything can kind of rotate. It makes some little kitty legs back here. Okay, so now we just got to do the frontses, which... Oh, okay, hood's coming up. Okay, the hood has come up. It rotates around, and we're just going to lay it over the top and kind of zoom out a little bit because I think most of this has been out of frame. So he's transformed. I'm lying, I'm sorry. See, yeah, this comes out also in the front a little bit, and the door falls off. And this guy is black, and I'm sure he's showing up ever so wonderfully on video. It's against my blue shirt. That's right. The bottom of the car, the floor pan is going to take and flip up to the center. Then the seats will collapse in on the cushions. And also back here, this behind the seats is going to fold in on itself like that. So now the front legs can move, in theory. Then back under here, all of this is very fiddly on this guy. I just have to tell you all that right now just to get that out in the open. That opens up and you get his little kitty tail. And he's standing on his front legs in this pose. And there we have him, almost posed respectably. And you just stick this door back on him. There are only, make sure I'm doing this, there are 8 ball joints on this figure. However, none of them really aid posability all that much. The fronts can kind of come out to the side like that, but if you pose them out any, it makes his front legs look like they're broken. The missile launchers are on ball joints. The doors are on ball joints, and the neck has 2 ball joints, but it's so blocky that you can't really turn it much. You can only get about like that out of it. Now if you turn the neck on its side, you can get it over about that far, and if you turn it on its side in the other direction, you can move it about the same distance in the other direction. And really, if you put it like that, unless you're looking at it from the side where the ball joint shows, it's really not that noticeable. And that's the side you're going to be turning it to anyway. So you can get him into some pretty decent poses for as few ball joints as this guy has. Let's go ahead and get him out of the way and get the oldest Ravage. I'm sorry, we're not talking about Jaguar anymore. And this one is a Vet. Oh, that's another thing that that Jaguar Ravage didn't have, is the thing to where turn one tire. In fact, he doesn't even have steering in the front at all. But this one right here has got the steering in the front. Ah, come on, hood. I need fingernails. Oh, and the hood's going to split. The hood opens up and you can see that gorgeous little LS1 in there. Has a pretty decent interior, which Jaguar Ravage also had, but I neglected to film. And that's about it. Let's go ahead and get into the transformification of this guy. And this guy is a pain to get back into car mode, only in the legs. They fold in on themselves pretty well. Let's see, how's the best way of doing this? Just going to wiggle everything loose. The windshield is going to have to take and pop up off of some pegs. No, wait. The pegs are from the hood to the windshield. My mistake. So, you're going to get that up. Going to kind of fish the engine out of there, which Jaguar Ravage also does not have. And we're just going to take and get the doors out of the way, just, turn them around on themselves and put them up yonder for now. So now we've got all this stuff pretty loose. We're going to just take and wiggle and pull, and the leg is going to straighten out. And if you look under here, you can see this doesn't collapse in on itself. There is a double jointed knee, and everything collapses in on itself. That's what makes it a pain to get in, because there's just not really room to get in there to really manipulate everything into where it needs to be. So you get that done. Then the fender kind of comes back like this around the leg, and that's going to let the feet be exposed. Anyway, so now you can pretty much get him stood up. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take and hold on to this panel right here and kind of push behind that down, and that's going to pop up. This right here, this very dark looking piece of plastic that you probably can hardly see, is hinged off of the back of these seats. And you're just going to kind of just get them out of the way of this for right now, while I figure out what our next move is going to be. And that move will be to take underneath here, where this Decepticon logo is, and just pull that up. And the Decepticon logo is going to go right there and make a fake Corvette windshield and roof line. Which is kind of stupid since this is convertible, but oh well. Yeah. So the next thing we're going to do is turn the missile launchers right here that are in the rocker panels. Just turn them out and rotate this kind of around, and I thought it moved further than that. That's what it is. It's on the seats, and the seats won't move. You know, I was going to review a Gundam right now, but I said, you know what? I need to do a Transformer video, and I'm so glad I did. Okay, well, anyway, moving along. We're going to take, and inside of the trunk right here, we're going to take and flip out this dark black plastic thing, which is the arms. 4 arms at least. And do that on the other side. Rotate this around to where the rims are facing forwards. And then realize like an idiot why these weren't doing it. I was trying to turn the whole piece of plastic, but they rotate without this rotating. Durr. So anyway, we now have mostly Ravage. We don't have hands for Ravage. The hands are in a very imaginative position. They're inside of the forearms. Wow. There's some innovation there. So, there you have Ravage in his robot mode. And I've always, thought of this guy as not being part of, like the G1 storyline. I prefer to think of this as the Beast Wars Ravage. Because that dude was cool. Enough said. And he doesn't want to stand straight. There. He's standing straight. which I wouldn't be able to tell because this hood, this guy has massive kibble in the rear. I mean, he has almost no. That's his knee movement, if you can tell, right there. This one's straight, that one's bent until it hits. Let me see if I can. Nope, that is it. That's it. The hood's about to pop off. So, let me see if I move it that way, then it hits the heat. No, this guy has almost zero leg posability. But, well, I'm about to get to his weapons. They are formidable. He does not need to chase you. He has in each wrist double-barrel blasters. He, of course, has the over-the-shoulder missile launchers. And he has the engine, which forms yet another double-barrel blaster. And just for oddity's sake, I make this guy a southpaw. Since almost all my people, all my Transformers are right-handed, I go ahead and make this guy left-handed just because he's weird. In a wonderful way. So there you have it. This is, of course, a remold of Alternator's tracks. I never wanted the blue tracks. I would love to get the yellow tracks for some reason. But, considering the state of my Transformer collecting, I'll probably never get it. I'm not going to spend the money on more Transformers when I've already got entirely too many of them. So anyway, let's back out and just kind of give you all 3 ravages together and give you the evaluation of them. There's nothing, you know, this guy right here, as cool as he is, as new as he is, he's only going to be 2nd place. Which, you know, 2nd place in a group of 3, that can be pretty good or that can be pretty bad. This guy is just awesome. I really like this. It's kind of ticked off a bunch of the G1ers when it came out. It's not Ravage, it's Tracks with Ravage's head. And I think that's part of the reason I liked it so much. Now, bear in mind, I was around through G1, but I'm open to new things. Not animated. Kidding. This guy right here, though, is just cool. Although, the more I look at it, I realize he almost has Laserbeak's head, which is just bizarre. I mean, Ravage, quit falling over. I mean, look at this. That is just about Laserbeak's head. I mean, there's not even an impression. Well, no. He does have kind of like ears laid back, but it doesn't look like it from the top. Anyway, this has been an entirely too long review. I'm up to 28 minutes, but I can probably cut at least 10 minutes of that out. Ravages are just falling over everywhere, so that's a sign this review needs to stop. Y'all have a good day.